The film commences in Victorian London, where we witness a woman standing on a bridge, her face obscured. Without hesitation, she leaps off the bridge, ending her life. The scene transitions to a woman playing the piano, albeit in an unusual and clumsy manner reminiscent of a young child. Meanwhile, a man with a disfigured face descends a staircase, observing her from a distance. This man is revealed to be Godwin Baxter, an eccentric surgeon. The woman at the piano is his ward Bella, who possesses a childlike demeanor. As they dine together, an odd occurrence unfolds. Godwin emits a large bubble from his mouth, prompting Bella to react with childish excitement when it bursts. Godwin affectionately kisses Bella on the forehead, demonstrating his paternal affection. Later, Bella moves about the house in a peculiar manner, trailed by her pet dog with a duck's head. These peculiarities hint at Godwin's unusual scientific endeavors. The narrative shifts to Godwin delivering a lecture to his students, demonstrating surgical techniques. Despite his skill, some students deride him as a monster due to his facial deformity. Subsequently, Max accepts Godwin's offer to become his assistant, embarking on a journey with the eccentric surgeon. Godwin tasks Max with meticulously documenting Bella's advancements, a responsibility to which Max readily agrees. As Bella plays nearby, she accidentally urinates, prompting Godwin to instruct their maid to clean up the mess. The following morning, Max joins Bella at the breakfast table, observing her closely and jotting down notes, even enduring her playful food throwing. Later, Bella is seen riding a bicycle indoors, accompanied by a rooster that barks like a dog, another of Godwin's peculiar experiments. Among these experiments are a hen with a dog's face and a goat with a duck's head, all of which Bella tends to. Bella surveys her surroundings, even tossing a piece of rubble down, catching Max's attention. He notices stitch marks on her neck, prompting Bella to approach Godwin and request to go outside. However, Godwin, preoccupied with his work, declines, assuring her of the safety and entertainment within their home. Frustrated, Bella angrily smashes jars from a nearby table, finally persuading Godwin to relent and agree to take her outside. Accompanied by Max, they venture out in a horse-drawn cart. Godwin warns Bella of the dangers beyond their home, yet she finds immense joy in the wilderness. As they dine in the woods, Godwin cautions Bella about an approaching storm, prompting their return home. During the journey back, Max questions Godwin's reluctance to let Bella experience the outside world fully. Godwin explains that Bella is an experiment, and to maintain the purity of the results, he must control her environment. On the way, Bella requests ice cream, but Godwin refuses, triggering her anger and resulting in a tantrum that necessitates sedation upon their return. Max's curiosity leads him to discover a file on brain transplants, prompting him to confront Godwin and threaten to involve the authorities. In response, Godwin reveals the unsettling truth. Bella is the result of a radical experiment. Victoria, a pregnant woman, committed suicide by jumping off a bridge, her body discovered by Godwin. Acting swiftly, Godwin utilized parts of Victoria's brain, including that of her unborn fetus, to revive her, effectively giving Bella an adult body, but requiring her to relearn basic functions and social skills. Despite this transformation, Bella lacks memories of her previous life. As her intellect rapidly develops, she becomes intrigued by both the external world and her own body, discovering aspects of sexual pleasure and masturbation. Unabashed, she confides in Max, who, though uncomfortable, gently advises against it. At dinner, Godwin discloses the origins of his own deformity, a consequence of his father's experiments. Suspecting Max's growing affection for Bella, Godwin encourages him to propose. Max heeds the advice, asking for Bella's hand in marriage, to which she eagerly agrees. However, Godwin imposes a condition: Max must reside with them permanently. Next, Godwin meets with Duncan Wedderburn, a dissolute lawyer tasked with revising the marriage contract. Duncan excuses himself to use the restroom, but instead explores the house, eventually reaching Bella's room. Intrigued by the woman behind the unusual contract, he engages Bella, suggesting that she will be confined to living with Max and Godwin per the agreement. Inappropriately touching her, he introduces himself before departing. Later, when Bella accidentally wets herself, Duncan attempts to enter her room, but she signals him to meet her on the roof. Climbing up, they converse, with Duncan asserting that Godwin is imprisoning her and offering to take her to Lisbon to escape. Bella, feeling restricted by Godwin's control, agrees to accompany Duncan, ignoring concerns about her safety. Meanwhile, unaware of Bella's plans, Godwin is dissecting a brain when she approaches him, excitedly announcing her intention to run away with Duncan at midnight. Expressing a newfound desire for autonomy, Bella accuses Godwin of stifling her freedom. Despite suggesting alternative travel plans with Max, she remains determined to first join Duncan, finding him intriguing. Realizing Bella's resolve, Godwin reluctantly agrees to let her go. With the maid's assistance, Bella packs her bag as Max arrives, pleading with her to reconsider, warning her of Duncan's manipulative nature and his ability to exploit native women. Bella expresses a fiery passion she feels when with Duncan, despite Max's pleas about their engagement. Resolute in her decision to marry Max upon her return, Max becomes enraged, vowing to confront Duncan himself. However, Bella's kiss momentarily soothes his anger before she sedates him with chloroform, causing him to lose consciousness. Godwin arrives, covertly sewing money into Bella's clothing before bidding her farewell and checking Max's pulse. Meanwhile, Bella embarks on a clandestine affair with Duncan, engaging in intimate encounters and indulging in hedonistic pleasures. Duncan introduces Bella to new experiences, including trying oysters at a bar. Delving into a journey of hedonism, Bella and Duncan explore Lisbon, reveling in passionate encounters and flamboyant intimacy. Despite Bella's desire for more, Duncan acknowledges his limits, prompting a moment of rest in their passionate affair. As Duncan drifts off to sleep, Bella seizes the opportunity to slip out. She wanders through the city, sampling delicious food and encountering street musicians. Returning to the hotel room, Duncan, visibly concerned, paces anxiously until Bella's return. He questions her whereabouts, but Bella's childish response puzzles him. She casually explains getting lost while out for a meal, dismissing Duncan's concerns about the dangers of wandering alone. Bella and Duncan's escapades continue, but Bella's increasingly erratic behavior becomes challenging for Duncan to manage. Hoping for a change of pace, Duncan secretly smuggles Bella onto a cruise ship. As their journey progresses, Duncan's frustration mounts, leading him to seek solace in drinking and gambling. In Alexandria, Bella is deeply affected by the poverty she witnesses and donates Duncan's winnings to help the locals, only for them to be stolen by the crew. With their funds depleted, Bella and Duncan are ejected from the ship in Marseilles. Stranded and desperate, they make their way to Paris, where Bella takes up employment at a brothel, further exacerbating Duncan's deteriorating mental state. Eventually, Bella abandons Duncan at the brothel, finding refuge under Madame Sway's guidance. Embracing her new surroundings, meanwhile, ailing Godwin implores Max to locate Bella. Max eventually finds her after tracking down Duncan, who has been institutionalized following a mental breakdown. Returning to London, Bella reconciles with Godwin, reaffirming her commitment to marry Max. On their wedding day, Bella and Max's ceremony is interrupted by the unexpected arrival of Duncan and General Alfie Blessington, Victoria's husband. Alfie, addressing Bella as Victoria, reveals their prior marriage and asserts his intent to reclaim her. Overwhelmed by the revelation, Bella abandons Max to uncover her forgotten past. However, Bella swiftly realizes Alfie's true nature, violent and sadistic. She recollects her previous suicide as a means of escaping their abusive relationship. Alfie confines Bella to his mansion, threatening her with genital mutilation at gunpoint. Desperate, he forces her to ingest a cocktail laced with chloroform to sedate her for the procedure. In a harrowing struggle, Bella resists and ultimately retaliates, tossing the cocktail in Alfie's face. During the ensuing chaos, Alfie accidentally shoots himself in the foot before succumbing to the sedative's effects. Meanwhile, Godwin peacefully passes away with Bella and Max by his side. Inspired by Godwin's legacy, Bella resolves to continue his work by becoming a surgeon, aided by Max and Toad. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos.